Does this ever happen to you? 42 and 24, we've won the game. Why should I get some good SR here?
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
Well, if that's you, or you think you belong in a higher rank like Diamond, Crimson, or Iridescent, then this video is for you, as we'll be discussing what is being hardstuck, why does this happen, is it possible to get unhardstuck, and working on a name for that, unhardstuck, anti-hardstuck, just getting out of hardstuck, and then finally, the most important one, at the end of the video, we'll discuss how to actually get out of being hardstuck. So what actually is being hardstuck? So I guess the main definition of being hardstuck is getting around the same amount of SR that you are losing. So this would be between 20 and 30 SR per win. This then makes it really difficult to progress through the rank you're in, as even if you were to go on like a massive win streak, it would sort of take you a very, very long time to achieve that next rank. And if you get any losses, it can make you feel like you're not making any progress in your rank, which can be very frustrating. I understand your pain. So why does this actually happen? Well, you see, the game sort of gives each player a hidden rating. And now I've seen this get many different names, but I'm going to refer to it as HPR, which would stand for Hidden Performance Rating. I know, right? Sounds fancy. But pretty much this rating determines what rank the game thinks you belong in. So the game calculates HPR through sort of most of your stats, such as sort of kills, deaths, objective score, accuracy, and even things like movement as well, which people are surprised by, but it does take into account sort of your movement and how much you beat your opponents by as well, which is a huge factor, and we'll talk about that a bit more later on as well. So what's the theory behind this HPR? So for example, if you're just starting out in ranked and the game thinks you belong in Crimson, it will try and get you away from gold and silver lobbies as quickly as possible. So that is more fair on other players in those ranks, and then it doesn't affect their HPR if you're absolutely stomping through them like a bull in a china shop. It also does this to help the player get to their predicted rank the quickest. That's why you start to see a gradual drop off of your SR the closer you get to your sort of projected rank. So it's not this sudden change, it will just slowly creep down until you are hardstuck, which happens to the best of us. It also brings your HPR down for every loss you take where the opponents have a lower HPR than yourself. So think of it this way, if the game thinks you're struggling, then it will want to lower your HPR to place you in a better projected rank. But that brings us to the question, is it actually possible to get unhardstuck? Out of hardstuck, anti-hardstuck. That just doesn't feel right, does it? But we'll go with unhardstuck. And the simple answer is yes, it is possible to get unhardstuck and get back those 60 plus or more SR for a win, but you just have to show the game improvement. So let's break down how to actually get out of being hardstuck. So ultimately, we need to show the game that you belong in a higher rank, so that the game increases your HPR. So I'll share the list of things to improve on, then I'll take you through methods to help you achieve them. So to do this, and to increase your HPR, and ultimately your SR, you need to improve in the various ways, such as simply winning more frequently, getting more kills, getting less deaths, having more objective score in a game as well. So it's not just about kills, it is also about that objective score. Because you've got to think of it this way, the game knows that there's obviously different roles in the game, not everyone plays the same. If everyone played the same on hardpoint, you just lose. So there are those roles, some people get more objective score, some people get more kills. And one of the most important factors is not just simply winning games, but winning them in a massive score difference. If you sort of beat your opponent by a lot, then the game will start to recognize your improvement, and it will eventually increase that HPR, which will subsequently increase your SR. But this can take time. Don't think you're going to absolutely just stomp one or two teams in a row and then your SR will magically increase. Sometimes it does take longer, and I've seen throughout friends and myself, it can really vary. It really can. Sometimes you can get out of it within a couple of hours, or sometimes it takes a few days. It really does depend on a lot of factors that we don't see behind the scenes. I wish almost we could all see the HPR of everyone, of like yourself, so that you know if you're improving or not to get that better SR. But to improve on this list, here are some things you can actually do. So I'd prioritize learning the spawns of each map. But when I say this, I don't just mean where each team will spawn. I mean sort of how to manipulate the spawns, so that if a teammate or yourself holds a certain section of the map, then it will force the other team to spawn further away from the hard point, for example, or the control area. So it's just learning where those spots are to push them back, and then when they're pushed back, where they'll spawn while being pushed back, and you can have another teammate just catch them in the cut-throughs of the map from that different section. Now this is a powerful way to control those money hills on hardpoint, and also to absolutely drain the lives in control and just prevent them for attacking a section on control with momentum with all of their team. If you can break the team up on control, you can sort of win quite comfortably. But using these blocking methods, you'll just get a clear advantage on these game modes. Obviously not search. The next tip would be to improve the aim. Make sure you're using the right FOV, and yes, 120 FOV does reduce your aim assist. So come off your 120 if you feel more comfortable doing that. Try it out. 105 is the best FOV for aim assist. That's what all the pros mainly use. I find that is a bit too zoomed in, so I like to use a mix, a nice halfway point between 105 and 120. So just see what works for you. And I can't stress enough with the sensitivity, don't follow anyone's recommendation. Just simply trial and error what works for you. Don't obviously trial and error in ranked, do it in public lobbies, but see what works for you and then adjust it accordingly. Some people are better on higher sense, some on really lower sense, so just find that sweet spot for yourself, alright? And lastly, yes, you can do this solo queuing, but it is a lot harder to get out of being Hardstuck solo than it is with a team, obviously. With a team, you can give call outs more effectively, you know how and where your teammates play, which can help you with your positioning and map routes. So if you are solo queuing, turn that mic on and try to communicate with your team. I hope this video has helped in some way, and I hope you're able to get unhardstuck. I should have a video soon explaining loads of tips and tricks to help you with that, so subscribe for that, alright? Keep an eye out, and thanks for watching.